right, guys, welcome back to Adam and I series of scaling a brand new agency from $0 all the way to $1 million in 2025. Today is episode 24, and today I have a very, very special episode for you. The last two episodes you guys saw us shoot both days with Jake, Wills, and Maddie. 2 shoots for Maddie, 1 for Jake, and 1 for Wills. So it's been back-to-back shoot days. So today I'm going to take a different angle with today's episode. We're going to basically jump into a Miro board, and I created a flowchart for our plan to making $1 million per year with our content agency. All that being said, I want to shout out Presley. If you don't know who Presley is, Presley Milton is the business partner of Cam Minier, who runs all the operations for their agency that does $100K a month. And I want to shout out Presley for giving me the inspiration and idea for doing a YouTube video, breaking down a Miro board, a Miro flowchart for everything that is going within our agency, our plan, the softwares we use, the agency structure, ideal client profile for us, the onboarding and workflow for taking on clients, a bunch of other stuff that I'm going to break down for in this video on a Loom for you guys. So go check out Presley's channel. Presley's videos are amazing and packed with super useful info. With all that being said, thank you, Presley, for the video idea. Go check his channel out. It's in the description. And let's just jump right into this. All right, guys. So welcome to the YouTube training video where I'm going to be going through Adam and I's step-by-step plan for creating a $1 million per year content agency. So like I said, I want to give shouts again to Presley for the idea within Miro. That's what all this is built out in. But essentially what I'm going to be going through is I'm going to be going through all of our softwares, our agency structure, an ideal client profile for us, the whole entire process of onboarding a client and the workflow from basically getting them to sign, planning shoot days, getting deliverables done and edited, revisions, all the way to posting and optimizing what the data is telling us for our clients. And then this is our current pipeline that I built out. So this is just a whole general overview that I'm going to go step by step through and just take you along with me. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is generally just going to be a main overview of where our agency stands, how we're going to get it to $1 million, the complete breakdown of the actual numbers, and where we are projected to stand by the end of Q1. So yeah, I hope you guys find this helpful and find this valuable. I know Presley made a similar video, but I kind of wanted to use it as an opportunity to also give an update to our pipeline, because in the first season of this series, there has been so much going on, and Jake and Wills and Maddie and Justin have been kind of the highlight clients that we have done stuff for. Obviously, we did free shoots for Colton. We did free shoots for MJ. We had, potential agency discovery calls with people like George. So I wanted to take an opportunity to also build out the pipeline for what everything's going to look like for us moving forward. Let's just jump into the plan for creating a $1 million per year agency. First of all, these are all the softwares that we currently use. So Frame.io, if you don't know what Frame.io is, it is basically a centralized platform that allows us to upload all raw footage. Editors can review, or not editors, I guess basically our team leader can review the deliverables that our editors are uploading. It is also a great place to send videos to clients through for revisions, because you can leave revisions just directly on the video, and it leaves it directly on the timestamp of the second that they want the revision made. So it's really simple. It's really thorough, and clients love it. Obviously, we use GBT for a lot of things, and mainly what Adam and I have been using GBT for, as far as our agency is concerned, is helping with pretty much every single process. And I get a lot of comments on my Instagram when I make videos about AI, how it's helping with, whether it's helping with the proposal process, the scripting, the ideating. And I think what most people don't understand is this is not like, we don't use GBT as a cut, copy, and paste. And what I mean by that is we're not just taking what GBT gives us and just running with that. We optimize it with our own ideas and work with our clients to basically take that base idea and turn it into something that is final and is approved from both ends. GBT is one of those tools that really just helps you get a baseline for pretty much anything. It could be scripting, it could be ideation, it could be thumbnail ideas, it could be video ideas, it could be creating proposals, it could be creating contracts. Like, I think GBT is just great in saving time. And I think that's where most people fall short of understanding, where it's like, guys, we are not just copy and pasting and sending off everything to all of our clients just from AI. It's just not how it works. Obviously, we use Slack for our team communication. And as well as we have channels for basically all of our clients so they can see the exact processes of what their videos are going through, what stages they're at, whether it's being edited, it's in the revision stage, it's final, etc. vidIQ is great for YouTube. If you guys have YouTube clients, vidIQ basically is an add-on or extension software for YouTube. This is what we use to optimize our titles, our thumbnails. It even generates ideas. Like vidIQ is actually a very, very useful software. If you haven't used it before, definitely go check it out, especially if you're doing YouTube stuff for yourself or clients. Fireflies, this is what this is. So Fireflies AI is essentially an AI tool that allows you to record conversations, whether if it's in person. You can put Fireflies in your Zoom calls and it will record the entire call or meeting in person. Basically, give you an overview summary, give you ratings on how the conversation went, whether it was positive, negative, neutral. It's a very, very smart AI tool that we use on a consistent basis. Another tool that we use is Descript. So what Descript allows you to do is you can upload links to YouTube videos. You can upload videos that you actually have on your device from your device's storage. And this Descript has a lot of different features. So I mainly use it for getting the transcripts for videos, but there's so many features in there. Like there's also, you can apply studio sound to audio that doesn't sound great. So you can upload a clip, apply studio sound, and it can make the audio sound much better if your audio is messed up on some footage. That's also something I've used it for, but I know there's like so many other tools in Descript that I haven't even explored yet. Zoom, obviously for client onboarding calls, studio onboarding calls, consulting onboarding calls, and discovery client calls. So obviously we're using Zoom. I don't mind Zoom. I don't really use Google Meet or anything else. And then this is PandaDoc. So PandaDoc is actually where we draft all of our contracts. And I like PandaDoc because Presley also showed me PandaDoc. I was using Rocket Lawyer before, but with PandaDoc, you can actually just send it straight to their email and they can just sign right there. So it's actually pretty seamless in my opinion. I like PandaDoc. So that's gonna be it for all the softwares that we're using right now. If you guys have any questions about these, just leave it in the comments below. More than happy to answer any of you guys' questions that you have about our softwares and our workflows between all these. So let's come to the agency structure now. So I'm on the client acquisition front, and Adam is in the back end operations side of things. So what this really looks like is over the last 5 years of doing this, I have access to a lot of people in my network. And that being said, I'm constantly reaching out to people. I'm constantly having people reach out to me through my personal brand, through my content, through my agency website. And I'm basically on the forefront of acquiring our clients for the agency. Um, I do send out pretty frequent outreach to people within my network, or people will send people to me that are in my network saying, hey, like this could be a potential client for you. And this is a product of being in this space for as long as I have been and working with the people that I have. So Adam is on the side where he's, doing the ideation for the videos for the clients, the scripting for the videos, and basically putting all that material together so that when it's time to shoot, we are obviously still in the frame of doing our clients' videos, which isn't too bad right now. And I'll explain why it's not too bad right now in a little bit. And then we have our team leader who's in place on our team, who he basically does like project management. He approves and disapproves videos, gives revisions, and does like quality control checks on all the deliverables for short form and long form for all of our clients. We have two thumbnail designers who do an excellent job, not only for my content, but obviously the client's content as well. And then we have 5 editors, Lane, Adam, David, Max, and Gwen, who absolutely crush it. So I would say with me and Adam included, we have about 8 people on our team. One piece of advice that I can give to you is if you have good people on your team who want to work hard for you, understand the vision of your company, and produce actually really good work, that's someone that you want to keep onto your team as long as possible. And I think there's even good opportunities like implementing like monthly incentivizations for people to perform. Like whoever produces a video and gets the highest amount of views, I will give them like a gift card to Amazon or something like that. Like We haven't really done that yet, but I've been waiting to like dial in like the 8 to 10 people that is going to help us build $1 million agency or solidified on our team, and then start running stuff like that so that everyone who is on the agency and is working with us is incentivized in some way, shape, or form each month to go out and perform for us. So I think that's one of the best methods to keeping good, I guess, team energy and keeping people motivated to continue working hard for you. Obviously, you have to pay them as well. So, um, the way that we went about finding our talent is a lot of referrals, YouTube jobs, Upwork, and also people within our community, our videography community called Leverage Creator. So that's it for the agency structure for now. If you guys have any questions, let me know about this as well. And our ideal client is pretty basic. You guys have seen me talk a lot about this within the series, and we have to be picky about our clients. Like, as much as I want to be able to take on everybody, it has to make sense for us, because when you're in the frame of actually building $1 million business, you can't take on like the 1K, 2K, 3K retainer clients. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't move the needle enough to actually go out and build $1 million business. Like, it has to be specific deals with specific clients that can turn into 15, 20, 25K monthly retainers, because that's the only way that you're actually going to be able to stack clients that are going to push you to, because $1 million a year is 80 grand a month. So that's basically like where my mind is constantly thinking, especially when I look at like discovery calls with potential agency clients. It's like, okay, how much, like, we ask them like how much they make, what industry that they're in, what service they're interested in, and how we can help them basically. And it's all based about like it's all based on business owners that we can actually go out and help scale. All that being said, the real ideal client for us that we're going to be able to go out and scale with, you know, highly intentional YouTube and short form content is going to be people with high ticket products, high ticket services, or they want to build a high ticket item and leverage a personal brand in order to sell. Now, another thing that goes into all this is it depends on where someone's brand currently stands. Do they have good organic traffic? Do they want to implement ads? It's not so much about how many followers they have, but it's more about what level of brand do they actually have? What level of audience buy-in do they actually have from however large their audience is, right? Because I'd rather work with someone who has 20,000 followers but has 5,000 people buying on a monthly basis than someone who has 1 million followers and like 100 buyers per month. Does that make sense? So the buy-in is what really matters. And the way that you're going to be able to help people go out and achieve true buy-in is by creating content for them that doesn't represent them in a way that pretty much everyone is used to seeing on the internet. All these internet, money gurus who sell this lifestyle and that's how they sell their course. It's like, it's pretty much bullshit. And I feel like 99% of the people who actually spend time on Instagram or YouTube are pretty much suppressed by it at this point, because they're just like, there's just so much clarity there to being able to actually acknowledge a real person who is authentic within their content. You can tell that they're a real person on camera, and they're probably going to be who they are on camera, off camera. And that being said, you're actually telling stories with an authentic human, and that's the vehicle that is actually going out and selling whatever their business is and whatever they're an expert in, whatever industry that is. So that's what our ideal client looks like. Let's go ahead and move into the client onboarding and workflow. First, we start with a discovery meeting with a client, or I guess a potential client, whether that's on Zoom or in person. You guys saw us in episode 1. Like, we literally have shown this. If you go back to episode 1 of this series, we showed 3 back-to-back meetings with Wills and Jake. Not so much discovery. Discovery, definitely the first one. And we did send a proposal after the first meeting. So discovery meeting to sending proposal, if that's where you land after the discovery meeting, or maybe in the discovery meeting you found out this was basically someone who you DQ or disqualify, you don't want to work with them. Then after you send the proposal, you answer any final questions the client has about the proposal or the deal. Once the client agrees and pays and signs the contract, you plan the first shoot. After we plan the first shoot, we pre-plan the scripts, the video ideas, run everything by the client before the shoot for their approval. We then optimize the material based off client's response, or maybe they approve it first try and then we don't have to optimize anything moving forward. From there, you guys move to shoot day, right? And I'm so adamant about all the pre-planning that happens before shoot day, because what you're looking to do is make this process as easy as possible for your client. And what I mean by that is if they show up and you have to take longer than they expect for them to be there to get this shit done, you're not making the process easy for them at all. And that's why we put a lot of time into our pre-planning and approval across the board for not only the material, but the ideas, the scripts, everything across the board, so that when shoot day comes, they show up, we sit them down, we shoot everything, bang, bang, bang. They're in and out of there 30 minutes to an hour max. We set up everything too before they actually show up to the shoot. From there, raw footage is delivered to the editors, the long form editors, obviously edit the long form, short form to short form editors. We have short form editors and long form editors just because some people are better than others at specific different categories of content. The editors deliver the first drafts. Team leader reviews for quality control and revisions. Once deliverables are approved by team and the client, then we then upload and assess the data from the content and continue to optimize for the client. So this is what the client onboarding workflow looks like, from discovery meeting all the way to posting and optimizing for better results for the client. So now to finish, let's go over this pipeline. So this pipeline is really interesting, guys. So we got Jake and Wills in episode 1 for $7,500 for 3 months, for a 3-month trial. So it's $22K plus 1.5% net override of all applicants produced by content and complete a selling block with their door-to-door sales company at an average of $180,000. If you guys want more details on what this looks like, please go visit the end of episode 1 where I actually show you the contract and break down what the numbers for this looks like. This potentially could end up being a 20 to 30K retainer. But it's going to look like a balloon payment, because what it means by completing a selling block. So if they go out and sell in the summer, which is like a 3-4 month period, and they actually hit this average or more, we essentially get 1.5% of that because we generated the person who went and actually completed the selling block and sold this amount, right? So that's like our performance. So if they went out and sold, 300,000, which is crazy for someone's first year, but 300,000 times 1.5%, that's like an extra $4,500 for that one person right there. So that's why it's important that we're optimizing to funnel the applicants or the possible recruits for their door-to-door sales company through their content, YouTube and short form. So this was confirmed 22K once they signed the contract, which happened in episode 1. So we met up with Will's dad, Bob Nielsen, and that's a potential 10K per month retainer just for YouTube and short form. Also a 3-month trial. You guys saw us do a free shoot for MJ. She's a potential $7,500 per month, and as well as a potential offer that we can get 8 to 15% of revenue share from if we build out everything, optimize for leads and closes, etc., depending on the offer. YouTube and short form there for her as well. And then this is where it actually gets interesting, because Brock, Brannick, and Tyson. So if you guys go through episodes 14 and 16 is when we were in Utah, actually doing meetings with the people at the Grit HQ, specifically with Brock, Brannick, and Tyson, explaining what we do, how we do it, how we can help them, and essentially what that would look like. And we did $8,500 per month instead of $7,500 per month because we would have to travel to Hawaii for Tyson and Brock and Brannick to Utah to do their content. So we added an extra $1,000 to cover travel expenses there. But essentially they would do $8,500 per month at 3-month trial as well. That number is not correct. It's $25,500 also with the 1.5% net override for each guy. YouTube short form funneling leads from each guy as well. So for Brock, Brannick, and Tyson on this deal, $8,500 times 3 would be $25,500. Times 3 months is $76,500. Plus Jake and Will's 3-month trial is $99,000 before any of the 1.5% net overrides, as well as without Bob, MJ, George, etc. People who are in the pipeline but have not closed. These guys have not closed yet either, but if you go watch yesterday's episode 23 at the end, Jake was essentially telling us by at least the end of the year, we could potentially have everyone. And at that point, we would pretty much be an exclusive content agency for the grit and for these people who want to use the power of their personal brands in order to generate leads for recruitment for their door-to-door sales company. And in my opinion, it actually is really smart. And I would not be I would not be against being exclusive with these guys, because essentially, with all that alone, without Bob or MJ or other clients, that puts us at $99,000 in 3 months, and that's $33K per month. But 1 million per year is $83,000 per month. So we're about 50K shy. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so if we have Jake, Wills, Brock, Brannick, Tyson, and possibly a few others, I'm thinking maybe 7 max clients. And even if we did 8,500 across the board, right? So 8,500 times 7 is 59,500. I think 59,500 per month within 7 retainers, and with those 1.5% net overrides, I mean, we can generate leads for all these guys within their own funnels, and it's optimized directly to them. And that being said, I think 59,500 per month at 7 retainers for these grit leaders is just a start. I think within the performance, we could get to 100K per month. And that might look a little bit different just because it's specific to the guys who actually go out and finish selling blocks. So that 100K per month might not hit until like a balloon payment, like I explained earlier. But imagine if like we had at least 5K in performance for each guy, right? So 5,000 times 7 is an extra 35,000 plus the 59,500 I said earlier, and that puts us at 94,500, right? So unless I'm really bad at math and the math isn't mathing, I think we could do $1 million this year alone with Brock, Brannick, Tyson, Jake, and Wills, and potentially even Bob. Like, we still are not even including Bob, and I know Wills is talking to Bob and getting him over the line for YouTube and stuff. So I think we're looking good. I wanted to break this down and give you guys logistic numerical updates as to where we're at. I would probably project us, I would say right now, after we do end up getting Brock, Brannick, and Tyson, we should be about 20 to 30% along the way going into Q2 of our goal of hitting $1 million this year. If you guys have, any resources, any advice, any numerical advice, maybe I just did all that math wrong. Like, this is why I'm a college dropout, guys. I'm not the best at math. So maybe I made a few mistakes. If I did, please let me know. But that's going to wrap this training. And this is what everything looks like right now for us for scaling to $1 million per year agency. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, if you want to learn more from me direct, or you want to join our community where we have the best of the best coaches and the best community for videographers and content agency owners, check out the link in my description. And for now, I will see you guys in the next video.